Hello friends, welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. It's been like 2.5 months since I last uploaded a video on my YouTube channel, so it feels great to be back. So in this video, you will learn how to connect Facebook Messenger to OpenAI. I have created one video on this like 7 or 8 months back. But now, since the technology has changed, the code is not working since the packages are old, and there are few things that I want to share as well, so that you will not face any issue connecting Facebook Messenger and OpenAI. So let's first understand the process flow. Whenever a user sends message on Facebook Messenger app, we will set a webhook or a server on that messenger app so that the message sent by the user is received on the webhook. Now on the webhook, we will process the request, call OpenAI generate response, and then finally use Facebook Graph APIs to send response back to the user. But many times it happens that OpenAI takes more time to process the request, and hence our webhook will late to send response back to the Facebook Messenger app request. So in turn, Facebook feels that our webhook has failed to respond, so it fires another query. This process goes in infinite loop. To avoid this infinite loop of Facebook sending request again and again, what we will do is that we will send OK response whenever a new request comes from the Facebook Messenger app. And then, on a separate function, we will use Facebook API to send the response back to the user. Before we move forward, I would like to show my community. I have a community on nas.io. It's learn everything about chatbots. And here I have a course on chatbot development using Google Dialogflow. Now, if you look into this flow, we need to first create Facebook Messenger app. For that, I will go to developer.facebook.com. I'll log into that. When you log in, you will see this kind of interface. Here, I'll click on Create App. I'll choose Other. I'll say Next. I'll say Business here. Let's say YouTube Demo. I'll click on Create App. This will take few moments to build our app on Facebook developer, and then you will need to go to this messenger section and hit setup. Once this is set up, you will see this interface and this menu on left side. Here you will need to first generate access token. For that, you need to add a page, Facebook page. So I'll click here. I'll continue, and I have a demo page. I'll connect that. Once you connect the page, you can generate access token. So click on this generate token, copy it. Make sure you don't share this access token with anybody you don't trust, cause this is sensitive information. Next, we will need to set a callback URL, or more often known as webhook. So I'm here inside my Visual Studio Code, and I have written the code for the webhook already. I'll explain you every part of the code, so don't worry about that. First, I'll open new terminal. The first thing I'll do is that npm install save and hit enter. Oh, my bad. Yeah. In case you will wondering how to get the code, don't worry about the code. The code is available on my GitHub. Once the packages are installed, what you can do is that you can run the server using npm run dev and hit enter. Oh, it's saying that dev is not set up. I'll set up that very quickly. I'll say start node index.js, and for my development server I'll say nodemon index.js. In case you don't have nodemon installed on your system, don't worry about it. I'll show you both the commands. So npm run start in case you don't have nodemon. In case you have nodemon, you can use dev. Nodemon watches the file inside the folder, and whenever I save or make changes into any of the file, it will reload the server automatically. Now our webhook is running, but this webhook is running locally on my machine. Facebook application requires a public URL. This is not a public URL. If I go to my local host, it is running on 5000, so I'll go to 5000. You'll see that we got OK response because it is running, but Facebook application cannot access this because this address is not public. In order to make this address public, we will need another tool called ngrok, or any similar kind of tool you can use. With the help of ngrok, I'll expose my local host to internet. So what I'll do is that I'll say ngrok http 5000. I already have downloaded the ngrok client and set up my authentication token as well. So now you can see I have got this public URL which is redirecting to my local host 5000. I'll click on that and you will see that we got the same response. Now let me copy this. I'll come to this add callback URL. I'll provide it. I'll provide a path Facebook, and I'll provide a key ABCDEFGH 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Don't worry about this step. We will look into it later. Just to finish the application setup process, I'll do it. I'll click on verify and save. And you can see now the webhook is verified. Now you'll see this thing highlighted, and under this add subscription we need 2 subscription, messages and messaging post back. Hit save. Now our Facebook developer account part is complete. Let's understand the webhook. So this is a Node.js webhook. Our entry point is index.js. Any request coming on this server will come here. It has 3 route, home route, which just says OK. Facebook webhook route, all the Facebook request will come on this route, and then send message route. So if you remember this, whenever a new request comes, we will immediately respond it with OK. But with the help of another route, we will use Facebook API to send response back to the user. Now, if I go into the routes, I have this home route, which is simple express router. Then FB webhook route. You will see that here there are two routes. One is get, another is post. So this get is to verify our webhook. So if you remember here, we have done this step. So this step comes to this get part, and Facebook sends a challenge, a string. We need to send back the same challenge so that Facebook will understand that the URL we have provided into the webhook is our. Then there is post. So whenever a new message comes on Facebook Messenger, it will request on this post route. Here we will extract the sender ID, the query, then we will extract the host name, and based on the host name we will form one more URL which will be send message, and on this URL we will send this request data so that it will send message back to the user. Now if I go to the send message route, you will see that what we do is that we receive the information from this part, okay, this part, and then first we will set typing on so that user will see that someone is typing. Then we will go to OpenAI, get the result, send the message, and we will set the typing off. Now let's look into the helper function. These four are our helper function. So inside our helper function, I have two files, OpenAI API. Here we will call chat completion API, which uses GPT-4. If you go here on OpenAI API references, you will see under first, you will see that how to install it, and under chat section and create chat completion. If I select, let's say, GPT-4 is not there in the list, but if I go to Node.js, you will see the same function what I have written here, but in a more sophisticated manner. If in case something goes wrong, we will send please check OpenAI API. This is for debugging purpose, but you can use any message you want to send whenever this call fails. And on Messenger API, we have three methods: send message, which will send the message; set typing on, which will set the typing on; and set typing off, which will set the typing bubbles off. So now you will see that there are some environment variables here as well. A token, page ID. On this page there is verify token, and here OpenAI API key. Now you need to create a .env file here. Inside this will be our key, and the value will be your OpenAI API key. So let me copy my token one more time, and I'll set my variables. One more variable is here. This is your app ID, and the verify token, this verify token can be any string, but you need to remember that, so that when you set the webhook you need to pass the same string. So I'll quickly set up my .env file. Now I have set up my .env file. So what we can do is that we can go to Facebook Messenger I'll select the page on which I have created this application, and here if I say hi, this message will come first here, then here, and I'm facing an issue at this point. And if I look here, there was some issue. The reason for this issue is that I have updated my .env file. Once you update your .env file, you need to rerun the server, and hopefully that will solve the issue. So when I say hi, this message will come on ngrok. Then ngrok will come here and pass the request. We will process the request and we will send response back to the user. In my case, it is saying that check your OpenAI API key, and the reason for it is, I guess, my OpenAI API key has expired. Let me change that very quickly. Yeah, so after debugging the application for a few minutes, I figured out that there was a data property I was using on this response which was not there in this new current OpenAI APIs, and also my environment key was deprecated as well. So now the application is working. So when I say hi, you'll see 3 small bubble here. Yeah, we got the response. So what we did, we set the typing on, generated the response, sent the response, and set the typing off. So in this way, this message or the reply comes back. So I hope you have got the idea how to use this repository as well, whatever I have shown here, how to create a Facebook application, connect it to Facebook Messenger, and then connect the Facebook application to this webhook, and then provide the information in this .env file. Let me create a .env example as well. Here you need to provide all your variables. I'll quickly set that. There will be token, there will be page ID, there will be OpenAI API key, and the last will be here, yeah, verify token. Okay, once you set these things into this .env file, your application will work. So I hope you have got pretty good idea on how to connect Facebook Messenger and OpenAI, or more commonly known as ChatGPT. Now the last thing I would like to show you is that in case you want to deploy this on server, and eventually you need to deploy it on a server, you can use Render to easily deploy the application on the server. And for that, what you need to do is that you need to push this code on GitHub. So if you have experience deploying Node.js application, you can skip this part, but if you don't have experience, you can watch till the end. We will deploy it on a server. So I'll initialize the Git repository. I'll make sure that my .env file is not pushed. I'll say first commit. I have set up my Git account into this Visual Studio Code so that I'm easily able to do these things. I'll hit commit and I'll publish branch. I'll publish as public. And then if I come here and if I refresh my repositories, hopefully I'll see that. Yeah. So now if I go to render, I have done two things. First, I have created account. Second, I have connected my GitHub to this render account, so that when I click on new, create new web service, build and deploy from a Git repository, I'll hit next. You will see that the newly created repository is here. So I'll click connect. I'll provide a name to my application, and that will be part of our URL. So I'll say YouTube FB OpenAI demo. I'll select the region which is nearest to me, and then leave everything as it is. Yeah, and under advanced section you need to add the environment variable. So all the environment variable here in the .env file, you need to create that. So the token will come here, okay, and the token of your Facebook account will go here. In the same way you create all the variables, make sure you create one more variable that will be node version. And if I come to my terminal, I'll quickly close this and let me clear the screen. And if I say node version, you will see I'm running 21.1.0. so what I'll do is that I'll say 21.1.0. so make sure you use the node version you are using locally, so that you don't face any issue. And once you set all the variables, come here and hit create web service. It will start the web service, and you will get a public URL. Copy that and go to here, and then edit the callback URL. Once you do all of these steps, your connection will run successfully. I hope you have gained some knowledge out of this video, and in case you do so, please consider subscribing to my channel. It helps. Thank you for watching. Peace.